let me tell you about my matric dance story. It was all supposed to go well. It really was. I had everything planned, everything was set out, and then on the day, yeah. Hey guys, and welcome back to High School Days. Today I'm going to tell you about my matric dance story that happened in 2020, and we all know what happened in 2020. So we didn't even know if we were going to have a matric dance or not, right? Because the whole COVID thing and there were so many restrictions. We were wearing masks. We even had to wear masks to our matric dance. So it wasn't really a set thing until maybe 2 months, 3 months before they were like, yeah, you guys are having a matric dance and all. I was so excited, right? So I was doing all these things. I was finding a dress and, what hairstyle do I want and all those types of things. But for some reason, the one thing that I really got, uh, I was really unsure about was makeup because I don't wear makeup, right? The only type of makeup that I wear is lip gloss, if that's even considered makeup. I don't think that's considered makeup. Apologies for you guys who love makeup. I have no idea. And mascara, right? That's the one thing. I remember I used to wear eyeliner back in the day, like hardly, but I would wear some eyeliner. But it was mostly mascara that I wore, and it was just like, yeah, that's all I really knew about makeup. And then I started talking to people, and they're like, no, you need to have trial runs, like trial sessions for makeup, right? So where the makeup artist does your makeup before the actual event in order for you to test whether or not you like their work, right? Like that's supposed to happen. And I didn't do a trial, right? And it wasn't because I didn't want to do a trial, but it was pretty expensive to do a trial because you basically pay the same price twice. Yes, some makeup artists allow you to pay less for a trial and then the full price for the actual session, but it was just no. It wasn't gonna get paid for. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to book a makeup artist and then she's gonna do my makeup on the day. And she's gonna do makeup. So I go to the makeup artist and really like no shade on her. She really knows her stuff. She really knew her stuff. It's just that um with makeup it's about the events, right? So some people like their makeup way more glamorous, some people like their makeup low key, and that's what I wanted low key makeup because during that appointment when I went there to set the appointment for the actual makeup session on the matric dance day, I told her I don't want a lot. I just want when I and these were the exact words I said to her. When I walk into the room, I don't want people to guess who I am. I want people to recognize who I am, right? Because sometimes makeup is like so much. You're like, who's that? So I said no. When I walk into the room, I want people to know who I am. I don't want a lot of makeup. I just want something soft. And she's like, oh, soft lamb, right? And I was like, yeah, sounds like it. And I showed her pictures, and I was like, oh, this is what I want. So it's just something soft, something not even visible in a way, just something soft, right? And maybe it was just like a way to like hide my acne scars because I have acne scars. So maybe I just wanted makeup to just hide that in a way. Maybe that's what I wanted, but I didn't want too much makeup. So yeah, it's okay, cool. Um, I know that no, that's fine. Everything's sorted. I'm a pretty organized person. I even tell my matric dance date. I said, look, we need to be on time. Please arrive at my house at this time. I think it was 5 o'clock. Please arrive at my house at this time. Cool. The day comes, right? The day comes. I did my hair 3 days earlier. The day of the matric dance um comes, and I'm struggling with hair because I didn't really know how I wanted my hair. Um, yeah, it was a whole thing, but that wasn't the focus. The focus was my makeup session. Okay, so I go to makeup. She's like, okay, you're cool. I lay down on this bed, and I don't know if you've been to the dentist, but when you lay down on the dentist, you kind of looking up, but it's almost like slanted, but you don't see yourself. You don't see what's happening to your face, right? Or at least I didn't while my makeup was being applied. I didn't see what was happening to my face. I only saw the final result after, like when she was completely done. So she's there and she starts off with, just stuff she's I didn't realize this later, but she waxed like some of my eyebrows to just shape them. And then she starts applying makeup, right? And my mom leaves for this, right? This will become important later. She leaves for this, so she doesn't know what's going on. So because it was gonna be like an hour or something, so it was gonna be pretty long. So she does my makeup, she's doing my makeup, and it takes pretty long. I'm like, wow, this is taking longer than I expected it to. I just expected this to be like a 30-minute thing. Oh, no, she's taking longer than. And she's putting on all. I feel her putting on the colors, and I'm like, whoa, this is quite a bit. And yeah, so this goes on for quite a while. I It's time for me to look at myself in the mirror. So the chair is brought up. My mom walks in at that time. She's like, wow, you don't even look like yourself. Like, you don't even look like you. And that should have been a red flag. That should have been a red flag. Because if someone says to you, you don't look like you, that's not a good sign. Okay, that's not a good sign. Just that is not straight up. That is not a good sign, right? Especially if my request was, I want people to recognize who I am, and then my mom says, you don't look like you. It's like me. So okay, yeah, that's cool. I'm walking to the mirror, right? I'm walking to the mirror, and my eyes are closed. And I don't know why my eyes are closed. Maybe she was hiding it. It wasn't. I don't know. My eyes are closed, and it's like open. And I look at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, I'm like, and I start breathing like I'm like, and I'm just looking at myself because I'm speechless. I am truly speechless. And they're looking at me, right? There were two of them, and the makeup artist is like, oh, she doesn't even believe it. She's just getting used to it. She doesn't believe it. And I'm like, the look on my face was one of like, it was I can't even describe the look on my face, but you could sense it was, what in the world. It was, because my first reaction was, oh my goodness, I don't even recognize myself. I don't recognize myself, which is something that I didn't want. I didn't want to, like I said, walk into a room and people are like, who is that? I wanted makeup to enhance my features, not to completely just, yes, even though I wanted to hide my acne scars, maybe I didn't want them to hide me, you know. So I'm looking at myself and I'm like, she probably has an appointment after me, so there's no way that I can ask her to redo this. What in the world am I gonna do? And I just leave. So I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, yeah, just pretending like everything's okay. But I think she could sense that I didn't like it. I think she could sense it. Um, um, I'm like, yeah, thank you. I leave, and I remember leaving. When you leave a building, there's a distance to get to the car, and I was like, I didn't want people to see me. I literally didn't want people to see me. And I'm running late at this time. I think it was like 2:05. I'm running late, and I takes my matric on stage. He's like, I'm on my way. I'm like, take your time, fam, take your time. I get there. I run into the house. I take wipes, and I'm like, I literally started taking off my makeup. I started to take it off, and my mom's there. Guys, moms are the best. She's like handing wipes to me. She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, no, I can't go like this. I can't go like this. Like, I would rather, and I kept on saying it. He's like, I would rather go with no makeup than going like I don't look like myself. And it's just like I'm just taking it off. I'm like, "Ugh." I'm just taking it off, and I'm like taking off my eyebrows. I'm like trying to take off my eyebrows, and then I realized, oh, my eyebrows look the way that they look because they waxed, right? And so they look kind of higher than they actually were because I think she waxed a bit at the bottom. So my eyebrows look kind of, they were a bit higher, and I was like, I was like, ooh. I was like, why isn't it getting off? And I realized, nope, those my eyebrows have been waxed. And so there was a bit of makeup left, but it was like the bare minimum, literally like mascara, lip gloss, and I literally got dressed in like 10 to 15 minutes. I just got dressed, and then we took pictures, and the Matric Dance pictures, there was no pictures of me individually because that was literally how rushed, like how in a hurry I was. There was, after that makeup mishap, there was literally no time to take pictures of myself. So it's just pictures of my date, pictures of me and my mom. Sorry, me and my dates and me and my mom. And yeah, that was just. I think I kind of like smiled the whole time. I was just smiling because when I smiled, my eyebrows got lower. So I was just like, you know, I tried not to look surprised the whole time. I was just, yeah, I was just smiling. I was like, hey, hi guys, hi, because then the eyebrows go lower. See. So yeah, so I was smiling the whole time, but I was legit self conscious the whole night because yeah, because after that makeup mishap, it was something I learned that day. And here's the big lesson that I took from this is sometimes the imperfections on our face are exactly what make us beautiful. And because before that, right, before she waxed my eyebrows, like if you look at my eyebrows, well, you won't see it now, but like my eyebrows are like all over the place. Sometimes they're this side, sometimes they're that side, sometimes they're that side. Like sometimes they're it's not like a perfect, like not a perfect. I forgot what that shape is. A curve. That moon thing, man. I forgot what the moon shape is. Crescent. It's not a perfect crescent. It's got some hairs under and some hairs above. It's imperfect, but in that it makes you you. It makes you beautiful, right? Because once she waxed it, I was like, yes, this is supposed to be the perfect standard, but it's not me. Like it's not me. So it just went to show that sometimes the most beautiful things is when you are imperfect, right? I remember, and this is completely just on a tangent. I remember in philosophy class one day we were talking about how, and it seems completely relevant, but it's just this topic, this issue about beauty. We were talking about the moon and how before a certain period of time, people thought that the moon was smooth, like it was perfectly circular, right? Because that was their idea of perfection. Perfection was this thing that we see at night is supposed to be completely smooth. It's round, absolutely round, and then we get we realize that, oh, this beautiful thing has craters, right? And the way that we were just going about it, it was like the way that they did it in those times, the way that they rationalized it was, well, if God is perfect and he makes perfect things, then surely the moon being perfect is smooth. And then it turns out that the moon has craters. Sometimes what we regard as beauty, sometimes what we regard as perfection is not actually beauty. It's not actually perfection, but in that imperfection, or what we deem as imperfection, is where the beauty lies. So that got philosophical real fast. But yeah, if you have any comments about this, like if you have any comments about beauty, obviously there's still some stuff that we struggle with, some stuff that I still struggle with, just in regards to beauty standards, especially skin, like, which I will probably make a video about later on in this, YouTube journey. So if you have any comments regarding what is your perception of beauty, and any matric dance fails, guys, we want to hear them. If you're comfortable, we would like to hear your matric dance fail. What went wrong? What went right? And a tip: always do a trial run of makeup before the actual event. It might save you quite a bit. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate for you watching this. And I hope that this made you laugh or think or both. So till next time, thank you for watching High School Days.